Friends, welcome again to this one-day holiday celebration we are having. I hope you enjoyed the snacks that were served. I enjoyed them. They were nice, but I mixed them up with a little bit of Astral snacks. I think that's a nice combination. When you take your physical food, take a little bit. We don't need too much of physical food. And if you're more hungry, add up some Astral food from inside. And then mix the two. How do you get the Astral food? Imagine it. That's good enough. Imagine you have extra things there, and while you take one bite of the physical food, take one bite of the Astral, and you'll be fine. Because we eat too much, actually. So it's a good idea to use some device. I'm just giving a device as just an excuse to feel that we can eat less and still be satisfied and happy. I was talking to you about the celebration of these holidays in the best possible way is by the way of the mystics, the way of the saints and the prophets. Today happens to be the day of enlightenment of Lord Buddha. 8th of December is the day they are celebrating around the world, the day of enlightenment of Buddha. That's an inspiring thing. So we are inspired that under a tree, sitting under a tree, Buddha was able to enlighten himself to the point where he realized that all things outside were just made up, and we are creating problems for ourselves by desires for those things and attachments to those things. He said desire and attachment is creating suffering for us. Of course, that was bad enough that he found out that there is suffering in this world because of our attachment to shadows, attachment to things that our own perceptions have created, and we are now suffering for that. But he eventually came to the conclusion that the Creator must have a purpose even to create suffering. So he said that maybe one of the purposes of life is to suffer, and through suffering, to get to know this is not your place. If we don't suffer at all, then we will continuously think, oh, this is a good place, and we just keep moving from one cell of a prison to another cell of a prison and thinking we are okay. So when we get disappointed with what is happening here, when we are through a period of suffering, that's when we know that we don't belong here, that we should be somewhere where there is no suffering. And that's why Buddha came to a good conclusion that this is a lesson in suffering, that suffering is a lesson in life, and that we should learn our lesson and move out of it and go and find what is real, which is not the creation outside, it is the Creator inside. It is the power that creates all these experiences. That's our reality, and we should find that. I think good inspiration for this day, 8th of December. So I just thought I'll mention that to you. I'd also like to mention that, as I said in the Bandara, that my master, Hazur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh Ji, who we call Great Master, I would like to call him the greatest master. But in deference to other masters, I'm willing to call him Great Master. Okay, the Great Master paid a tribute to his master for the sake of other followers of the spiritual path by building a small dera or a place where they could hold meetings and where they could hold satsangs, initiations, things like that. And that he named Dera Baba Jamal Singh. He named it after his master. I had said I would love to do that too, just out of respect and tribute to my own master. So I announced at the last Bandara in April that I would like to have a Dera Baba Sawan Singh. And since he says the axis of spirituality is shifting to America, I thought it's appropriate to set it up in America, the United States of America. And so we chose a place in Wisconsin, Bruce, Wisconsin. I wanted to find out how he chose the place. After all, he must have chosen the place. And I found his master had chosen the place by a very unique method. The method was, there are some followers of his were visiting that river Beas in India, and walking along the river, and they saw a madman putting his hands up and saying, "This is it." He was crazy. "This is the place. This is the place." And the master said, "This is the place." I said, "Now I have to look for a crazy guy." I found one. And we decided to walk along the river in Wisconsin, because we heard there were a lot of retreat centers going on there. And there were a lot of lakes and rivers. So we found one river. The original American Indians call it Ojibwa River, and the French who came along that Mississippi River later named it Chippewa River. So the Ojibwa River or Chippewa River there, we were walking along, then we found some spot which was looking nice, and this crazy man began to wave his hands. I said, "This is it." And that's where we are going to have Dera Baba Sawan Singh. And we are going to construct. I had mentioned in Bandara, I wish I could do it with my own hands. I wish I could put the bricks, the mud, the stones, I could put with my own hands. But I have grown old. I have just crossed 86 years of age. At this age, one doesn't do manual labor. At least I'm making an excuse, I can't do manual labor. In any case, I've never built anything. So I said I need some help. So many people said we would like to help. So we are now well underway. This morning, in a meeting of the board of directors of the Institute for the Study of Human Awareness, ISHA, that runs these programs, including this one where you are attending now, that non-profit organization to whom donations are tax-free, because as a non-profit organization, you get a certificate and you save your taxes. So that organization passed a resolution this morning creating a committee to do the fundraising and building and supervise the building of this Dera Baba Sawan Singh. I'm very happy that the board took that decision. And it's under the able chairmanship of Paul Bauer from New Mexico. Paul Bauer, who's a geologist, knows about the soils and has written scientific papers which are very impressive. So that gentleman who is here, you can meet him and get an idea, because he's chairing this committee. And then we have people like Garrett and Charlie and others who are the members of the board of this committee, and they are going to supervise and work this. So we are doing a fundraising for this because we will need funds. We may also need other help. If any technical people are available and want to donate their time for this, I'll appreciate it very much. It will be help to my project. And if there are non-technical people who just want to say we can provide some work labor for a few hours someday, that will be welcome too. It's really on the same pattern how the Dera Baba Jamal Singh was created in India, that I am thinking that a Dera Baba Sawan Singh will be created in the United States of America and will be a good rallying point for spiritual masters and maybe many masters to come in this country in the future, because I am sure there will be many perfect living masters coming down the road in this country. That's what the whole shift of the axis of spirituality is about. So I would like to know if any one of you attending this session would like to help in this project of mine. Oh, that looks like a good number of people. Thank you very much. You will be hearing about the way that this is to be done and the way you can donate your time. And if needed, if they can tell you what materials are needed, somebody wants to donate materials, they can donate those materials. Those who cannot donate time or just want to donate cash or write just a check for them, they can send a check. They are going to make arrangements on the website. So somebody who wants to donate for this project on the site, they can also do it just by by PayPal or something, by pressing some buttons, and they can. This is a country with modern technology, and you can pay by pressing buttons. I don't know if you have the money or not. You can still pay, but I was surprised that credit cards were created like that you could buy things without money, and you have to buy now and pay later. But anyway, there is going to be some arrangement. I thought I'll mention to you that this committee has today been set up, and we are going to work throughout the winter. We will raise the funds. We'll draw up the drawings. Some preliminary drawings have already been drawn up. I had a look at them, and they look good to me. And there's enough place for seating many more of us than what the crowd here is. So we're expecting there may be a growth of the number of people coming to these events. So we are making provision for that. We're making good provision for a kitchen and for a dining area, and maybe provision for parking, provision for kids being taken care of, things like that. So they are working on it. This committee is a very competent committee. They are working on it. And if anybody wants more information about it, you can contact either the executive officer, Vidas, or you can contact Paul. Where is Paul? Is he here? Will you stand up, Paul, and show this chairing this committee? That's Paul Bauer. Let's applaud him for working. Very, very competent leader. He has shown his competence in a recent work he did on the decentralization of the work of this institute, so that people could arrange programs like these in different parts of the country and later on different parts of the world. They could arrange these programs and have the autonomy and the authority to do so in different parts on a decentralized basis. He did a great job in reporting that. So I'm sure that he'll do a wonderful job. And we have accompanying him a professional fundraiser who's been raising millions of dollars for other organizations. And of course, this one is a little bit different. But I think she has agreed to accept this challenge. And I'd like to introduce her, Ann Johnson, who's here she is. Will you stand up? Ann Johnson has been raising funds for the university, and just recently she's been promoted on a more important assignment of raising funds for the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra, which is a big organization. So I'm very happy that she has agreed to volunteer her seva and her time for fundraising for Dera Baba Sawan Singh. So I'm really glad that so many of you are joining hands with me. And this is a very good time for me. Good time to celebrate 21st of December also. The change is really coming about. This is a big spiritual change. And you will see how the spiritual seekers will be able to find the answers to their questions they've been asking for their life. And they'll find the answers now, from now onwards. So it's a real big revolution in thinking, in spiritual thinking. So I am happy to be part to that. And of course, I'm happy to be watching this. I'm sitting on the ringside seat of this new show, and I'll be really enjoying it. We have very little time here because of the constraints of the time when we can sit here in this hall. So I would like to ask if anybody would like to have a gift, a holiday gift from the rooftop here. It's going to be an astral gift. It's not a physical gift. Those who want physical gift, don't raise your hands. Those who want an astral gift, raise your hands. Very good. I find there are plenty of takers here. So we are going to distribute the gifts. Now, depending upon how much work you have done on the spiritual path, the gift is proportionate to that.
Should we sing?
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ishwar.
Have I to
Happy
do all these?
birthday to you. One breath.
I can't do it in one breath. I can't even do it in 10. I can't do it. 10. Less than 10. Okay. All right. You cut the cake, and I'll see if these people can pick up their gifts from the top of this roof. Please close your eyes. Sit comfortably in your chairs. Imagine you are behind the eyes in your head. From there, look for a window on either side of the head, which is more lighted, and go out from that window to the top of this building, either from the side or directly through the ceiling, whichever way you like, and go on top, look around and see if there is a package waiting for you. Take your time, no rush. Okay, you can open the gift upstairs on top of the roof, or you can bring it down and open it here and see what it contains. Look at the gift carefully. Keep your eyes closed till I count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes and welcome back here. How many of you could pick up the gifts upstairs? Pretty good. Next time for the rest, there'll be another opportunity. So, anybody liked the gift? Good. Anybody was surprised by the gift? Really surprised? You'd like to share it with us?
It was a white box with this.
Beautiful. That's an Astral gift, definitely. Because the Astral gifts are very similar to this. Thank you, Tom, for sharing. Okay, now, they have a prashad also. What have we got for prashad?